Welcome back, my people. This is your boy Tony, and I'm here with another reaction video. This one is kind of different today, as requested by my boy Jeff is bored, and I have to mention Maurizio. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but this video is definitely for those people. They've recommended that I react to this video. This one is the Timbers versus Sounders rivalry by Copa 90. I'm going to try to react to it so you guys could have it. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave your comments because I do respond. And let's get straight into this one.
The Seattle Sounders, whose fan base had become the talk of US sports.
Sounders? I didn't know the Sounders had a fan base too. I guess I have to watch them.
What we experienced here was truly impressive. All we kept hearing was, you've got to come back here to experience the atmosphere of our derby.
I would want to go watch that game, man. I think it's on May 11th or May 12th.
So we've listened and we're back.
So we're back. Seeing the Sounders. Look at him with the chainsaw. Derby days.
This time I'm visiting both cities, and whilst they're separated by over 170 miles, in US soccer terms, this is a local derby with its own history, prestige,
and how could it be a local derby if it's so many miles between them?
Through the years, there's always been some rivalry between Seattle, the Portland Buckaroos and Seattle Totems and the old hockey leagues, but nothing really would compare to what the Seattle-Portland soccer rivalry would become.
There's a lot of history, there's a lot of hatred.
A lot of hatred.
For bragging
oh,
rights
Dempsey.
for the year.
He
The
went
very
to Sounders.
first game we ever played was against Seattle, which they beat us. And then we beat them in the playoffs and sent them home. We've been doing this rivalry with Seattle since 1975.
First game, about 8,000 people pouring down the rain, artificial turf.
He's the first signing.
Baseball stadium, so in those days they used to just cut down the baseball mound.
Our home opener for 2005 was against Portland Timbers. You could tell something was different because our coach, Brian Schmetzer, was making sure that everyone was new in the locker room, knew what was different about this match.
As a player, you love it. It's what it's all about. There's something special about when you beat your local rivals.
It's just a melting pot when you play each other.
I don't understand why they're the local rivals. They're so far away.
If the rivalry between these two teams was ever in doubt, on this very pitch just last week, Seattle and Portland met in the US Open Cup, a game which was hardly your average fixture.
I've been a part of games with
Open Cup.
One red card, two red cards a couple times, never three.
It was a very intense match.
We scored first, they leveled it, down a man, and then they made their subs and lost a guy to injury, so now they're down two men, and I think they pretty much knew the game was done.
You couldn't believe what happened, actually. They call a red card on one of our players. Clint is fed up, so he picks up the notepad and then just rips it up. Throws it up in the air, man.
Clint Dempsey is now banned for 2 years from the Cup. I mean, it's like our dream.
2 years.
Towards the end.
The referees had to be walked off by a police escort.
Seeing that red come out together is this beautiful thing. And we got more than a victory. We got a Seattle meltdown, which makes it even
more than 3 points, but for Portland and Seattle, that's literally the case.
The Cascadia Cup started in the USL era when the groups
USL
and Vancouver got together as a competition amongst the three.
United States
Every
Soccer
year
League.
we play 3 times against Seattle, 3 times against Vancouver. And
3
Vancouver
times.
plays against Seattle 3 times.
Whoever gets the most points in those 3-team series takes home the Cascadia Cup. And I got to tell you, the fans love it.
Cascadia Cup. What is this? What
A friend of mine and he and some
someone was mentioning
got together and came up with the idea of this Cascadia Cup. It's not sponsored by any corporate entity. It's not sponsored by the league. It's totally supporter group focused.
Supporter
The fact
group.
that it's owned by the fans and competed amongst the players for the fans, that's what makes it special.
One of the keys to this
So they get 3 rivals, put them together, and have them play for 1 cup. That's beautiful. And it's all controlled by the fans. Like, it's not like a corporation or anything like that. So the fans wanted to see it, so they made it happen. Wow, that's beautiful.
This is Emerald City Supporters. It's the independent supporters group for Seattle Sounders. It started in 2005. There's a desire to be active. There's a desire to wave flags and to sing.
There was discussions with the supporter group, Emerald City Supporters, and they set up a partnership. It's something that we're really proud of, something that's, it's brand new to America. So it's the Sounders Community Trust for S2. We feel like this is an important club to start developing young, at a young age. We know that across the world,
they're just as prominent
and countries do
in the Northwest as in Portland.
You need to be there singing and supporting.
And I dare say Vancouver too, because they keep mentioning those teams. I need to watch the rivalry with Vancouver, how that started.
I can't say it was the first one or the first 10, but I was the first team. Part of what you experienced there was the camaraderie, the intensity, the passion. It's the closest thing you can come to playing the game without being on the field.
We never imagined when we started this, all of us would be lying if we said we thought I'll be sitting in a clubhouse that belonged to us.
Timbers
that we would
Army.
have 45,000 people standing with us every game. That we would have sold 40,000 of those Timbers Army scarves. All we wanted to do was create a place for like-minded fans.
So these are like the ultras.
Wasn't enough. Well, they're doing it off the pitch too.
These are the ultras, definitely.
That's become legendary.
Oh, raise the bat. Look at that. This is Vancouver. This is it over there. Timbers. Look at the umbrellas. They're sick. Oh, look at the cards.
I think the Tifos are one of the best parts of the rivalry.
The importance of Tifo in the rivalry is legendary. It sets the tone.
There's a competition inside the lines, but there's somewhat of a competition outside the lines with which fans can be better.
And the next installment of this battle, well, it goes up in the famous North End on Sunday. And we've been invited by the Timbers Army to come here to Providence Park before Derby Day and see how much work goes into making it.
Oh, so they prepare it before, like,
So this
it's
is
a
about
whole
24 hours
deal.
before the
It's
game.
not
We've got
just...
about 30 or 40 volunteers in here. We're just setting up the
Oh, they use volunteers to get it up.
We probably started working on this one design-wise, like in February or March, and so right now it's June.
That's a big, big banner, man.
They need a warehouse, they need a ton of paint, ton of time, ton of energy to make that happen. And then also a unique
Wow,
thing
they
is I have a
actually
few in
painted
my
it
garage, smaller
themselves.
ones that they make. I've got maybe 4 or 5 of those personalized to me from the Timbers Army.
Is it just like seeing your baby, you know, graduate college?
Yeah, that's a really good description. It's like you're giving birth to this idea, and you're giving birth to this living piece of art, like that's going to last for 2 minutes.
Oh, they take it serious. They take it serious,
We can't
bro.
play the game. All we can do is create the best atmosphere. For
Yeah,
us,
the
this
atmosphere
how
up
we
there
win
is
the game.
good.
One of the best known Tifos was Seattle's decades of dominance, which perhaps featured the most controversial
Decade
figure
of
in the Derby's
dominance.
history. I've got 2 words for you. Roger Levesque.
Oh, legend.
Right.
Legend.
He embraced the rivalry from the beginning. Once you put him in, he's going to give you everything he has. He's going to run.
Who's
the
this
whole
guy?
time he's in there nonstop.
Roger on the field is a very hard worker.
Everybody knows, everybody loves Roger Levesque.
Roger Levesque.
He's always been hated by the Timbers fans.
So you love
The
him?
Timbers hate
Would
it.
you go to a bar?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of siding with the Timbers. I don't know. I like the Timbers.
They cringe, you know, they're like,
Because I'm new to the MLS, and the first team I saw that really, like,
Became a symbol of everything
captured
we
my
about Seattle.
football and my
embrace,
soccer soul is
being the guy
Timbers
that
in the
the
MLS.
Timbers
That's the first. You see it all the time when you watch European soccer, but MLS, the first team that, you know, and I wouldn't even say the team itself, just the club, the fans, the atmosphere. That's the
But
first thing that
scoring
captured
within
me.
a minute of an away derby wasn't enough for Levesque.
So just talking with a buddy, figuring out a way that we could, if we score, really drive home that point to the Timbers Army.
Between the two of them, they contrived the goal celebration where Levesque would be the tree.
And had a teammate chop me down.
In 107, having him do that right in front of me to my left.
A celebration that I think will live
Levesque.
on in the rivalry for years.
The incredible matchday atmospheres that the Timbers Army have created have made Portland a city I've always wanted to visit, and this is only enhanced by unique characters like Timber Joey.
Timber Joey.
When we score a goal, he slices off a piece of wood and we get to hold it up, and it's one of the special features about playing for the Portland Timbers.
And it was Timber Jim, Joey's predecessor, who first came up with the idea.
The idea.
When you talk about the supporters' culture, it started with Jim.
Timber Jim was organic. too.
Timber
Came
Jim.
from nowhere, had the idea for himself, approached the club with an outrageous idea.
I called the
And the
general
club said
manager
yes.
at the
Timber
time, and I
Jim,
said,
it's
"I'd
so
like to bring
good."
a chainsaw to the games. Hell no, you're not bringing a chainsaw in the stadium. You know, are you nuts? I said, no,
course
I'll
you
take
are.
the chain off that cuts. It'll be totally safe.
Jim used to have a spar pole, and he would climb up to the top of this pole and dance on it.
It was 100 feet, and
What?
it was 24 inches on the top.
He's got his spikes on. He's
He
climbing
loved
the
his
pole,
football,
he's
man.
got
The
his
fans
great
must be
big
going.
And he would lead us in cheers from the top of that spar pole, banging his drum, waving his flag. We'd all join in.
As a player, it was just beyond belief.
And I'd say up
course.
there, they scored a goal. Sometimes I'd be up there a couple of games. And then as
And
soon as they scored the goal, I'd zip down the spar pole, and then I'd run over to where we had the big log up on a pedestal.
And start
then
going
I'd sign
crazy.
out.
We have a saying, Timbers Army, right? It's about team, town, Timbers Army. We support our team, we support our town, and then we support our fellow supporters to make sure that, you know, we're all taken care of. The 106 Independent Supporters Trust, named after Section 107, and that's our member services organization. So a small fee, $25 a year, and we take that money, we sell merchandise as well, t-shirts and scarves, and we use that to fund our team, but also to fund, so we do things like...
I need to buy a
donate
Timbers
$50,000
shirt, and I
to local
definitely
high
need
school
to
rebuild
donate to
their
this.
The Timbers Army is all about charity. I choke up just talking about it. The things that they've done.
Well, you can tell he's emotional about it.
Daughter in a car accident, and he asked the Army to sing "You Are My Sunshine" right after that with his granddaughter in his arms who lost her mom.
Oh, this is beautiful.
You Are My Sunshine. It's a moment, you know, where it's a song for her, but it's also a song to this club.
Jim is in the blood and in the soul of what we do as well in the match. And he was from the very first time he struck up the chainsaw to the time when he retired.
Did you realize what you were coming into when you came into this?
It was a lot smaller than this when I came in. This was back in USL days in 2008.
USL, they keep mentioning USL.
Players are playing where they don't have this privilege. So a derby rivalry against Portland is something that you want to try to appreciate in the moment.
When you walk out of that tunnel, you smell it, you feel it, you can feel the energy. It's just cascading.
And so it all comes down to this. 22 on the pitch and almost 22,000 for the title of Kings of Cascadia.
Kings of Cascadia, that's crazy. I wonder which channel covers the Cascadia Cup, because that would be beautiful to watch. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about being there, and you know, because then you're enjoying fans going crazy. Your grandma understands. Timbers, Sounders, nil. Oh.
It's just relentless, and these scenes that they're creating, well, it can only be good for US sports.
Can only be good for real. That fan's face. No pity. Let's go. Comes Timbers. I love seeing the green smoke. I love seeing it. I just love seeing it. You can't help it. Nagby. Yeah, Nagby's a good player. I like him. Doesn't he play for like Columbus Crew or something now? Look at the fans going wild. Look at him. Oh, he took the train. He took the chainsaw. He won. He said you can't breathe before then kill them in this game. People wasting their beers. My boy was like, ah. It's a party. Look at the players holding up the fort. Oh my God, that was good.
How do you describe that? That's just what our fans bring, especially for.
I've played in a lot of teams in big stadiums, but the fans here is just amazing. You know, what you see here, you never see it even in Europe.
Anywhere else.
There is no.
Yeah, without the fans, there's no Timbers.
When you did that celebration, did you know you were going to start this reaction from the media afterwards?
No, it's just something when I scored my second goal and I tried to run, but the chainsaw is right there. So
let's go get it.
Do something nice with it.
So he actually gives you the log.
Yeah.
And you take this home?
No, I don't take it.
Leave it
here.
Football had a huge presence in Seattle, and after that trip, we knew a visit to Portland was essential. And the efforts we saw the Timbers Army put in before and during Derby Day exemplified this, as we saw a genuine fan base use their football club to celebrate their region in so many ways. And that's not forgetting the Seattle Sounders in the ECS, who, reminiscent of away sections that I've seen in Europe, completely packed out.
Yeah, he does reminiscent of away sections.
For the complete 90 minutes. You know, it really makes you
because they turn out, you know.
Is why Cascadia is not just the envy of US soccer, but US sport. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, leave a comment down below, and tell us where we should.
Yeah, that was really good. You know, for portions of that, I had just goosebumps just watching, because it brings you back, you know, to when you're a child and you're watching soccer and football in Europe, and you just envy the atmosphere that you see those people. Like, are these people just enjoying themselves with impunity, just going crazy, and no one says anything, and you always get jealous. And then to think it's this close, where you could just hop on a plane, hop on a bus, hop on a train and get there. I think I'm gonna go watch the MLS game versus the Timbers or the Sounders on, when is it? I think it's May 12th or May 11th. I don't know how I'm getting there, but I'll be there. For some reason, I really need to be there. I hope, fingers crossed. But that is it. I think I'm gonna react to the MLS own version. I think Apple TV made it, I'm not sure, but that will be part 2. This is part 1. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for joining. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.